Hello everyone. This is Eric with the Gremten Minecraft. Hello everyone. Welcome. This is Eric playing on a Feed the Beast server. And today we're going to be working a little bit on our plot. Getting some stuff set up there. Actually did a recording for this yesterday and absolute catastrophic death occurred. I learned a valuable lesson that shooting a portal at the moon as a joke isn't funny, because later on when you forget you've done so and you place a second portal, you suck away half of your base. So with that in mind, what we're doing is we're putting down some snow half slabs right now. Nothing super exciting. What we're doing is we're covering up the secret, very secret, trapdoor that's inside my base. So we're just going to create a little path out of snow here. Really excited that Minecraft 1.6 is coming out very shortly, it looks like. We're going to be running a vanilla server. We already have one, but we're thinking we're going to go ahead and reset that. And I got to resist symmetry here. A little bit of snow going out that way. We just need a little snow path going this way. There we go. We'll do this in a 3x3 and then kind of mess it up, I think. But excited to get to play with horses. All the new stuff with name tags. Playing Feed the Beast, it's sometimes really difficult to picture going back to vanilla, but honestly, I'm excited. Feed the Beast is great for what it is, but there's definitely some advantages to vanilla. You definitely have less issues with lag because of super convoluted builds. We haven't had some of the issues with lag that I've seen other people have, but that's probably because we're a smaller server, 3-4 people, and so we haven't had anything anything like some people. We've definitely had some lag problems. More than lag, I've had some stability issues, no doubt. Oof, too symmetrical. That should go maybe that. And getting traditional with Minecraft is nice. Going back to, really make some corners for that in a minute. Having to deal with building issues again, things like having to build scaffolding and just a little more to it. Alright, let's take a look at our handiwork here. That's pretty well hidden, but let's make this snowdrift bigger here. I mean, obviously anyone that watches this video is going to figure it out, but we want to just make sure that for the effect that it's bother. There we go. For the effect of the thing, we're going to make sure that it's pretty well hidden. So essentially what I'm doing here with my plot is we have a shared base, me and my friend who started this server, RMC, and I have our shared base over here, and I'll give you guys a look at that in a couple of minutes. But here's my first kind of branching out on my own, which I think will be nice. I'm gonna kind of play it like I'm starting from scratch, build my own, at least basic machines to do things. And I can always go back to the base if I need to do stuff in bulk, and I may have to occasionally, because I don't want to, for example, have to have my own matter fabricator rig. I was thinking about doing something a little different for power, maybe doing windmills. Maybe get some blue power going on here, bluetricity. I want to make it look like a snowdrift went through here, but I'm not going to do all that today. Keep things going. Actually, I kind of like the look of throwing a block or two in there. It's nice. Nothing's perfect. Alright. There we go. Pretty happy with that. I think it hides our secret passage really well. As well as it needs to be. That's actually a torch lever, which I originally intended to do the trapdoor, but it's too far away. If I put it there, it wouldn't be, but then it's going to be real obvious. Find something else to do with that. So we end up down here, below the rock level, and thinking I may get some turtles to do some mining for me. So let's go get those guys. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this, or it's going to drive me absolutely bonkers. How many of you guys do that constantly like I do? But every time I make micro blocks, I end up throwing my axe on the ground. I don't know if I like that. Don't think I may have to remove that. So, let's see here. We got our crafting bench. We got some more basic tools here. So starting from scratch is actually a little crazy. Can use some of my materials over there, but I want to just build up my machines like I would have in the first place. Let's head on down. Alright, so we got some turtles. I think the first thing I need to figure out here is kind of the boundaries of where I want to send them, because I need to stay on my own plot. So, let's get some cords. Furthest boundary of my plot here is negative 155. Bear with me while I take a note or two. Other directions, negative 173. Realize that my first coordinate is meaningless. Don't judge me. Okay, so this one it's I'm not good with chords. This is 101. So it's 101 to that makes some semblance of sense. Now if I go this way, so my first one actually was right, but I'm going to have to re-record it because I already removed it. It's negative 155. And the plots on our server aren't that big of a deal, but it's the principle of the thing. I have an under-ice penguin. He likes it down there. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. How'd you do that, buddy? Well, I'll find him later. No penguins were harmed in the making of this film. Alright. So where I stand right here, let's place some turtles. 2, 3, 4. I want some tunnels. 1, 2. Okay. This guy's heading this way. 78. So he's at 78. 78. So he needs to go from 78 to 101. 23. And let's just do one less. I don't enjoy darkness, so we're just going to do that. This guy, 76. So he needs to go from 76 to 51. So he's going to be going 25, 1 minus 1, tunnel. Yeah, he didn't like that. This guy is going to be going from 181 Oh, no, no, no. No, no. No, 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 no. Wrong command. Alright. Not the most riveting video I've ever created. However, we've got our turtle started making our tunnels. And from there we're going to be able to really get started on our base. So, 1, 2, edge of our plot. All right, well, we've got our tunnels built. I'm going to add a few more torches. Really don't want to encounter a ton of mods down here. Mobs. Got a couple of small things I got to deal with. This is fine. Lots of smooth stone. Also fine. Right, we like that. But then, oh dearie me. That's not optimal for a secret lab. It's just not. So we're going to get some smooth stone and fill that in. So we'll take a look back at our base here. Actually, you know, I was going to go back. Well, I still will. I'm going to get some basic resources. First thing I'm going to do, send some stuff to our sorting system that I don't want. That should be fine. So yeah, this is our master sort system. This is one of the first big things I did on Feed the Beast. It is kind of a brute force approach to sorting. Use a lot of BuildCraft diamond pipe and a lot of barrels, and stuff gets where it's supposed to go. It's certainly not everything in the game, but it's most of the basic things that our turtles mine. Overflow goes into there. We had a finished goods sorting system using a barrel network and a router. However, when we had our catastrophic server crash within us back 3 weeks, all of that was gone. So I'm going to have to rebuild it from scratch, which is one of the projects I have. But frankly, I don't want to do it. So I've been stalling by starting playing with some recording and getting to work on my other base. So got some coal to get us started. You know, I sent a stack of cobble, but I think I want just one stack. So we're going to be rebuilding a lot of the basic Feed the Beast machines to give you guys an idea of what you can do in the Feed the Beast. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build my first kind of workroom. So let me see, which side do I want to do that on? I think I'm going to do that here on the side with the one closest to this mountain. Now, of course, I'm honestly not going to go back to what I would consider more traditional tools. I do have my diamond drills and stuff, and I'm going to stick with those for the time being. Because frankly, I'm spoiled. But let's go ahead and build this room. So we're going to make it a 9 by 9, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, 6. You're in some lava. I don't know how I feel about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's gonna work. All right, and we're back. So, had to take a quick break there. We're just going to continue to mine out this 9 by 9 room. I got some copper there. That's nice. Got our first little shindig going here. of you guys have dogs. I have a 3.5, 4-year-old German Shepherd, and I woke this morning to find that she had liberated some trash from the trash can. And I don't know if it's a breed thing, but like I've never had a dog that was quite as guilty as my German Shepherd, who literally, when I saw her and I looked at the trash, she hung her head and went and hid under a table and refused to come out when I tried to make her come to look at what she had done and discuss it with her. She is the guiltiest dog I've ever owned. Had a black lab named Maggie that we rescued, and she would simply just wag her tail like, hey Dad, look what I did, isn't this great? So it's a little unreal. She's a great dog though. Live in middle of a pretty big city, and my neighborhood's alright, but it's not like the nicest, greatest, most crime-free neighborhood. And all of our fences are chain link, so all of our neighbors know we have a German Shepherd, and I can't find myself sad about that, because most people are kind of scared of those dogs, so I don't really think it's necessarily even justified, but they are. So we're going to put some stairs in here, and this is going to be our first kind of work room. So we'll just go ahead and torch this up a bit. Just put a couple there, one there. Oh yeah, real bright. So, couple steps here. So we're going to take this and kind of go traditional with it. The first thing we're going to need to do is get this going. I have a workbench in here. You know what? This will be my hidden workbench. And not hidden, this was my obvious workbench. It shows this is just a little house with some stuff in it. Ooh, fancy, fancy, right? Believe that's going to be an airship. I went to college. Another thing I'm going to figure out is I've got to get a redstone signal up to that somehow, so I can close it remotely. Maybe have a pressure switch right here, close it. I think that'd be really good. So, back in here, we're going to start with, on this wall back here, I think we're just going to put down a workbench. And then, again, let's pretend we're just starting from scratch. I know I'm not, and there's a lot of things I could do that would just make this faster, but let's just... I think in some ways I'd like to do a restart on Feed the Beast, just because I'm not really I'm happy with the way a lot of our machines have turned out, but I'm not as happy with the appearance of them. I think one of the biggest things that can happen in Feed the Beast is you can get so caught up with all the stuff you can do that you really can build some ugly things. And I think that really has happened to us to a degree. Okay, so let's get some of this dirt. So I'm going to try to keep anything I do on this plot from this point forward is gotten from this plot. I've hundreds of iron bars and all that stuff, but we're just going to start with, hey, this plot is what it is, and we're going to at least pretend like we're doing this from scratch. I know I gave myself some starting coal. I'm a sinner, but so we can go back to the base, and I will, and there'll be projects that I work on that's out of these materials. And ooh, chunk load error. Hi, cave. If I can see my base is over there. So Yeah, there's still definitely things we can do from here. Like, you see, my overall build, I'm just not thrilled with how everything looks. You know, all of our... The line, I think, works well and is aesthetic, but a lot of the rest isn't, so... Tier 5 cow shard. Got beef for days. Beef for days. Yeah, these are our plots, so we've got some stuff going on here. We have a spawn village. Just chilling. Those guys right there. Ryan took his plot and made a giant fabricator room. I won't accuse him of building ugly things because it's Feed the Beast, but you can judge for yourself. So like I said, this year I'm concerned with getting machines, but aesthetics are going to be important to me. I wanted to make this kind of cool, so we start by making a little secret, making that kind of fun, you know. And from there, the rest. Got some smooth stone going on. Boy, you forget how slow a normal furnace is. You really do. So I think our next thing is going to be to get some kind of mine going on. I, in fact, need to return these turtles because starting with 4 turtles would be excessively cheating. Man, our mod does this really sucks. There we go. Definitely are in need of iron. Like our first step, and this is if you're starting Feed the Beast, an iron furnace is your first step in not having a horrible life. So I figure I'm gonna get some of the materials that I see that are real obvious first. That's crappy aluminum, it's useless. And we definitely have some iron. Some shards in case I decide I want to do some thumb crafting. And here's the problem with digging anywhere in Feed the Beast is you end up digging for years because you find this and that finds you that. How much is there? Definitely got us some iron. That'll be good. I think that's monazite ore, which probably is used in forestry because I've never used it and I have not used most forestry stuff. Right off the bat, uranium there. Where are we at? Okay, so we got some more stone. Let's cook up that iron. Start filling some more stuff in here. So we're gonna get a lot more efficiency out of some iron. Oh, that's slow. See that? And this is where I'm a little worried about starting vanilla again because I know that I'm gonna be mind-boggled with how slow it is. And you know, you find ways around that. Like, I really had walls of furnaces in vanilla. So that is one of my rooms. Now, one of my early goals is going to be a turtle. Now, there are a couple of things that I just can't get on my plot. Well, I'm saying this, but it's a lie. You can get sand by... That's all thermaturgy. one of our early goals may be a pulverizer. And that's a Gremten top tip for you. Early in the game, a pulverizer is not that hard to acquire. Flint. I'll pretend like I didn't throw any away of, and I'm now feeling regret. Piston. Machine frame. Gotta find some gold. And one of my early goals, of course, is going to be a turtle. My real restrictions there are the glass panes and the redstone. If I was playing a normal game, I wouldn't be restricted to a 50 by 50 area, so I can go get some sand without feeling any real guilt that I've violated the spirit of what I'm doing. So we'll have to hunt down some sand. That'll get us some stuff to get mining with. Now, redstone. Redstone's a different proposition. Redstone's going to require that I actually do some hand mining, but that shouldn't be too difficult. What we'll do is we'll just start over here on one of our ends and create a mine shaft. Now, I don't recall there being any caves in this general vicinity, but I could definitely be wrong about that. Right, 1, 2, so let's get these over together. Taking a quick look. Well, I've got footage that I'm definitely going to be using. I'm going to apologize that before this point my voice is pretty quiet. That should be fixed from here on out. Obviously, I'm not a professional Minecraft recorder, so mistakes can be made. Concern is that I stay within the confines of my plot. So let's see here, we've got some smooth stone coming. I know this isn't the most efficient furnace, but I'm still going to use it. Get that mine started. Get this room how I like it. Clean. We just got to fill in a few little guys like that. Where'd my stone go? Did I finish it all off already? Oh, bollocks. Fortunately, there is more smooth stone where that came from. Alright. I'm excited about this starting space here. Got some copper cooking up. What is that lava? Can I see that lava outside? Because that lava is a great early resource. Or is that an underground pool? It is. some point we're going to locate that, because that is an early power source that we could definitely use. Most definitely. All we've got to be careful of here is that we don't go further than 157. Well, guys, we got our mine started today. We got our startup room. We're ready to go on with the plan, which is basically start over without starting the map over, at least for us. We're going to be building a lot of basic BuildCraft IC2 machines. Mess around. We're really going to try to mess around with every single mod here, just for fun, so we know what everything does, and just so we can get that full feed the beast experience. It's a beast, so it's really hard to get into everything. But we're gonna take a beginner's look at everything, I think, and we'll see you next time. Bye.